So right out of the bat, there's something different about this vlog compared to last week's. This time, I'm using two cameras at the same time, recording at the same time, cutting between them at the same time. Now there's a method to my madness. I'm not going crazy, I don't want to use multicam for my vlogs. Last week was shot on this camera. Now this camera solely rests on this rig over here. Like all the time it is built, that way I don't have to go on set and then rebuild it, it's always there. The problem with doing this vlog is that I can't run around with a full shoulder kit, matte box and follow focus filming myself, so the camera's got to come off. The alternative to using this camera is this one right here. This is the Sony Nex 6. This was my very first DSLR, or mirrorless camera. This camera still captures really good picture, but there are a few things about it that don't work as well as the 6300. The first big problem with this camera is that when you turn it on, it works fine, hello recording within a recording, but then after a while it just dies. However, if you turn it on and then start recording, it doesn't die. But as soon as you stop the recording, so I couldn't use this for filming anymore because you got to stop after each take and then you actually need to replay sometimes and then you need to change settings while recording. But for vlogging, I don't really have to do that. I can kind of just walk around filming the whole time. That could work. So this week is pretty much a camera test for this one to see if I can use it as a vlogging camera. That way I don't have to keep unassembling this camera.
I'm loving what you do to me, baby.
So this is actually a pretty good lead-in to something happening in the end of the month that is also impossible. So at the end of the year in December I am filming an impossible film. This I knew about, but then I'm also filming another impossible film in May. This impossible film started out as a joke between mates, and then it sort of evolved into something that just got bigger and bigger and bigger. But we still want to make it because it's fun and stupid and funny. So now I've got to work through the logistics of that. Stories for me can come from an idea, a moment that I'd like to see on screen, an emotion, or a genre. Most of the time, it's a scene that I'd like to see. So when I was writing Skills and Death, I wanted to see that confrontation between Jake's character and Mendez, the bad guy. I wanted to see that moment. I wanted to see how Jake was regretting his decisions before handing them off and having no other involvement in the outcome, only dictating what happened. So that's where that story started. I wanted to see that, so I had to lead up to that. Some of my other films is I wanted to see Wolverine beat some people up. So I did. That was pretty much all that was. And then this one was I wanted to see a bunch of different characters going at each other. That's all I'm going to say. I think the best stories come from a place related back to your childhood. So for Raiders of the Lost Ark, George Lucas wanted to make an adventure film like he used to watch on TV. And Steven Spielberg always wanted the chance to make a James Bond film with a character that ran across the world doing all these crazy things. So if you write a film that you would love to see in theaters, that's got way more of a chance of being successful and being seen than a film that doesn't have that passion behind it. So simply, my way of making films, and what I consider to be the best way of writing a story, is to make the movie for yourself. Forget about the audience, forget about the people watching it, and just say, is this what I would want to watch? And if it is, I just caught myself looking up at the monitor. I cannot remember whether I've been looking up there the whole time, and it's probably a bad idea. So, sorry? Cut all of that. It was garbage.